Wow. Good morning, Spokane. This is Unity Spiritual Center in Spokane, and my name is Sally Sledge, and I am just thrilled to be part of the platform team this morning with my friend Pamela Benton. She's also my ukulele teacher, and my husband's mandolin teacher, and my granddaughter Tatum's guitar teacher. I'm just saying. She's multi-talented. And also sharing the platform with my friend Karen Dunmore, who will be speaking to us this morning. Y'all know what to do. The little left, up on the left-hand side, check it, all of you now, please, and turn it off during the service. As always, we like to begin our time together with our opening affirmation. I get to say it once, and then I'll ask you to repeat it with me. So my turn. There is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. Together, there is only one presence and one power active in my life and in the universe, God the Good. This is Unity's foundation principle: one presence, one power, one life, living through us and as each one of us. So this morning, we get to hear from our licensed Unity teacher, Karen Dunmore, and her message is titled, A Blank Slate. She'll also be leading us in today's meditation. And I've already mentioned we're blessed musically by Pamela Benton. I have to follow the script. It has all of these things that I'm supposed to say in what order so I don't miss anything. However, before I move on to news you can use, I have a couple of quick announcements myself. The first is, I've said this again, wearing a yellow scarf means I am part of the welcome team. And it means to be here a little early and to stay a little bit after, to say hi, to smile and ask people, to welcome them, not to hound them. Some people worry about that, I get that, but to welcome them and to answer any questions, particularly newcomers may have. Now that part can be a little scary. What if I don't know the answer? Well, we have all kinds of resources that you can go to find those answers. So I ask you to consider joining us on the yellow scarf team. There is a clipboard out in the atrium with a sign-up sheet. I do have two people helping me now, but I'd like to invite those of you who are friendly and would like to do that to sign up. Second announcement. Wouldn't you all like to occasionally bring some snacks on Sunday mornings? We have a wonderful spread today. My husband and I have signed up now for a couple of times in the next 6 months, but this is also sign up time for that. If you'd like to bring popcorn, grapes, and some cookies or something, it doesn't have to be elaborate, to help us with fellowship after Sunday service. Again, see me with the yellow scarf afterwards, and we'll sign you up. I'm good at that. Third announcement is very exciting. There is a woman who lives currently in Seattle. She is an interfaith minister. She's also a musician, and she has applied for our open position for music and choir director here at Unity. However, wait, Jen. She withdrew her application because she could not find housing here in Spokane, and she wants to move here. So she has talked to us about asking you, she's given us permission, Her name is Janet Kraft, and she is looking for an independent place, meaning a garage apartment, a basement suite, somewhere where she could sing and try to learn her songs and not bother her neighbors. You get what I'm saying? So something that has some independence, that has a base rent of between $1,200 and $1,500. Was that correct, Joan? Did I get those numbers right?
I think
14. Okay, thank you. If any of you have an idea, you either have that option yourself or you know of someone who does, again, I've got the yellow scarf. Come see me and I will give you her email, or I will communicate that for you if you'd prefer. So those are my announcements. And with that, I introduce or invite Jeff Tawney to come up for news you can use.
Good morning. All right, first off, everything I'm talking about is going to be available on the website, and you'll also be getting announcements and that sort of thing through the e-news. So always refer to that. We always want to try to make sure people are aware that you've got that available. First announcement is, you remember a few months ago I did a two-part talk on how do we see, and we talked about how do we interact and communicate. Well, we're going to start kicking off conscious conversations. Our goal is to do 2 of these a month, every other Thursday. And what we'll be doing at that will be just sitting down and having a conversation about a topic. It could be about energy, it could be about passion, it could be about what your just anything. And each time it'll be something different. My intention here is that we practice the idea of seeing and hearing, as well as sharing our ideas in a safe and comfortable place. The other secret part of this whole thing is I want to create an opportunity for people to come in from the outside. So we're going to be promoting this in the community with the idea of maybe getting people from all walks of life and maybe even other churches or whatever to come in and be able to have conversations. So we're going to be doing that this Thursday. It's open. Email me. Private message me, see me afterwards, and we'll get you on we just kind of want to get an idea how many people will be coming. Secondly, Earth Care team, they having a team event called Sacred Steps Walk, which will be after church today at Palisades after services. We hope that you're able to be there. It starts at 11:30. Next weekend, Reverend John Palumbo will be here speaking on Sunday, but he will be doing a workshop titled "Using the Law of Attraction Wisely," and that'll be happening after service next Sunday from 12:30 to 4:45. The cost of that is $60, and if you pay by May 23rd, or excuse me, if you pay before May 23rd, it's $60. After May 23rd, it's $75. There are some scholarships available, so if you're interested but maybe not have the money to go or all the money, let us know and we'll get you taken care of. Next, Catherine Dietz, who's presented here before, and she talked about a 6-week workshop she's going to be doing on Heal Your Life. It's based on the famous book by Louise Hay. Classes will be held in the chapel from 6:30 to 8:30 on Tuesday evenings, beginning June 7th. You can sign up again through the e-news, or you can also email Amber for that. On Friday, June 10th, we are going to do bingo! And that's going to be here from 5:30 to 7:30 in the fellowship hall. This is something that's being sponsored or being put on by our I can't think of the name of the team, but there's a team that's putting that all on, and they're going to be, you get at an age and just like, I don't know, I go to the grocery store, I got to write 3 things down just to remember. But anyways, what's that? Connections team. There you go. Thank you. It's a younger person. Help me out. Thank you. Okay, so Connections team, and then the Board of Trustees is calling a special membership meeting on June 12th for governing members to consider and vote on the proposed bylaws and amendments. Join us in person, or we will also be able to Zoom, so you'll be able to join us remotely. The next thing is I had Okay, so there's an obituary going to be coming about our riding lawnmower. It died. It's after serving us for so many years, it's gone. And so we are in need of a new riding lawnmower. The barista team has said they will match any donation toward the riding lawnmower. So I've got a shaking head over here from one of our barista lead. So if anybody donates any money toward the riding lawnmower, just know. $60. I hear 60. 60. Do I hear 60? Do I hear 70? 70. 70. Do I hear 70? $100. We got 160. Do we have enough money in the barista team for this? Okay, all right. All right, 100, 100. Do I hear 125? 125. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Okay, all joking aside, Gary ought to be happy about this, right? Wherever Gary is. Yep, he's happy. He just made notes of your name, so you're on the hook. Okay, let's see, Board of Trustees, and then lastly, Unity Kids Week is coming up July 11th through the 14th. Stay tuned for more details, and be sure to read the e-news for the cost and registration. I've got a little secret project I'm going to be doing with them I'm really excited about. This year's theme is Earth Buddies, and we will focus on an appreciation of Mother Earth. So now I'm going to ask Ron Kurtz to come up and give us a little update about the adult education.
Thank you, Jeff. It's my pleasure to share with you an update on the adult spiritual education team. I'm grateful to be able to serve on this team along with my members, other members, Al Koenigsfeld, Janice Mayfield, Reverend David McClure, Amber McKenzie, and our team leader, Cheryl Miller-Arndt. Our team has been developing future orientation options and classes for supporting members, and is also working on the classes for governing members as assigned to us by the board. We have recently provided the board with our suggestions and our thoughts for supporting members, and we will be meeting this next Wednesday. We hopefully will finalize the plans for governing members. We know that spiritual growth and education and learning is a constant event in our lives, evolving over all of our years, not only for new governing members and supporting members, but also for those of us who have been in the membership for a long time. So one of the things that we will be looking at this next Wednesday is the possibility of helping to support a spiritual life plan for governing members that can be renewed every year or maybe more often, which would include learning opportunities, service opportunities, and increasing prayer and meditation options. So we look forward to our deliberation from this next Wednesday. You have heard from Jeff's report that Reverend Ron Palumbo will be speaking next week and will have the workshop. We have numerous testimonies for his workshop and the effect that it has upon the people who attend. So we encourage you to sign up if you are interested, and it would be important to sign up today if you possibly can, or by tomorrow. Also, you heard about Catherine Dietz's 6-week Heal Your Life series, and we encourage you to sign up for that workshop as well. Karen Dunmore is in the planning stage for a Unity Basics class. which would take place this summer. And she will be working on those plans and will share it with all of us very soon. Reverend David McClure will be planning a book study for July and August on Deepak Chopra's book, Meta-Human. So we'll watch for David's announcements in the newsletter as well. Your adult education, spiritual education team is meeting monthly to plan and develop and coordinate as many options and opportunities for spiritual education for all of us. If you have any questions, concerns, suggestions, you can speak to any of our members or write us an email, and we will be happy to share that information. Thank you.
Here's another original for you. This is called Fire Glow.
am feeling so blessed. I love being up here with you, Pamela, and with all my friends. I will invite you anytime you could come. So, I'm too full to do a talk on a blank slate. That's what my talk is. Nothing happens in our lives and in the world without purpose. I liked this quote so much, I heard it before I'd even started writing my talk. But when I heard it and had no idea what my talk was going to be about, I decided to kind of walk my talk in the direction of that quote. So that's how sometimes quotes just speak. Somehow it always comes down to divine order with me. Nothing happens without purpose. So what exactly is divine order? I looked up some Unity writings on the web and thought this one fit pretty well. Divine order is asking what is mine to do through prayer, and then trusting and allowing the process to take place. And that's a really key thing there, that key phrase, trusting and allowing the process to take place. I've often tried to push the river, and it doesn't work very well. Let go knowing it is so, and gratefully, so it is. One of the most important aspects of prayer is releasing and trusting. Trust and know this to be true in your own life. So last week I was walking around Perry District with a good friend, and we both were working on something that we had to get done. And my something was this talk. Usually, I at least have an idea a couple weeks early and have maybe started to write it, but not this time. Surely there must have been at least one thing in the last few weeks that had inspired me or moved me. But as my deadline moved ahead, nothing came to mind. I am drawing a blank. Then as we came out of Liberty Park Nursery, with the blank getting bigger and bigger in my head, I was reminded of my favorite law of the universe, divine order. Maybe this blank is divine order for me right now. I cannot make inspiration happen on demand, so the universe supplying me with a blank slate to fill seemed just about right. Pretty exciting. It makes sense when I remember the talks of this past year and the journey I have been on. The blank slate is a perfect follow-up to the entire journey of this past year. So my recap of some of those talks. Last June, I gave a talk called God in Training, where I gave the quote, "God loves things by becoming them," by author Paul Smith, who I happened to be in an online study group with at the time. God became us, all of us, each of us. Therefore, from the time we were born, that spark of divinity in each of us set us on the path to express God in training. God is the force potential that unites us in a great big energy field, vibrating in all life. The field that holds the galaxy together and joins us all as one. As God in training, we put that higher consciousness into action in my next talk, which was Christ in Training, or Christ in Action, We are all on a huge journey of transformation, contrary to what seems to be happening in the outside world. Just like the business of its acronym, CIA, it's an inside job. And the energy that comes with our transformational journey is moving ever higher, spiraling up into a raised consciousness to lift up the vibration of all beings. Every thought we have and action we take becomes part of the collective energy of the planet. When we use our energy to bring light into the world, it combines with the light brought by others to dispel the darkness. Imagine the power that would be unleashed if each one of us followed our dreams and lived up to the full potential as the Christ in action. We've got our work cut out for us. Just living our mission statement, transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in the world. That is Christ in action. We may have our checklists, but the plans we make may not always have the expected outcome. The talk What If began with a story, one of my stories that took place in Trader Joe's parking lot. You may be on your mission, but your car keys may throw you a curb. Like sliding into a sewer, for example, when time is of the essence. We always have choices, like how we react to the unplanned things that happen. And each choice writes a whole new story. It's in the messages, the timing, the questions we ask ourselves. What if I had been a few minutes earlier or a few minutes later, said something in a different way, followed my heart rather than my head? That can be the miracle of an ordinary day becoming extraordinary. Choose to see the miracle. Celebrate that. Start with the fact that each day we are given is a miracle in itself, and today is always the most important one we have. Seeing Beyond was the next talk, started with a Paramahansa Yogananda quote. Everything works in mutual harmony with the divine plan. We are part of that universal scheme, just as important as the sun and the moon and the stars. Here we are with our education, all the knowledge and wisdom we have gained, as we step beyond the what-ifs and follow our guidance to create what we have imagined, and to go beyond seeing to the power that is the only one we can truly deepen, and that is the power within. Last year was a time for me of much letting go. So my talk at the beginning of the year was, I am beginning. I felt like I was starting over. Since I had released so many material things and the emotions that were wrapped up in them. What I had written then in that talk was, when you are ready and open, the universe will rush into that space and create all that you have imagined and more. All that is planted within you is waiting for the opening and the space in which to create. Hello and welcome, blank sheet, blank slate. I am looking at that with brand new eyes now. While writing, I came across the notion that this blank slate is what we are told to seek when we go into meditation. The Zen, the stillness, the quiet mind. Let your mind go blank. Release all thoughts. So all the worrying and fretting about this quiet mind, the fact that there was no committee meeting in my head right now, in reality, was simply meditation, according to that quote. Who knew? So what exactly is meditation? Again, Paramahansa Yogananda claims when by meditation techniques we withdraw the restless thoughts from the lake of the mind, we behold our soul and a perfect reflection of spirit and realize that the soul and God are one. I've never had this particular opportunity before. Had never seen the beauty in a quiet mind. My head is generally filled with all kinds of gifts, noise and nonsense, to-do lists, conversations. But when I look at this, right here and right now, it's a perfect place to begin. So I started listening to all the exterior conversations around me, looking for, noticing anything at first in a sort of desperation because I needed to write a talk. Then the next morning, I woke up to the remembrance of this affirmation, which came through loud and clear. Another voice. Something exciting is going to happen to me today. This is my new mantra. Something exciting is going to happen in my life today. The exciting thing on that particular day was the vision of a clean slate. Reflecting on that later, I realized how wonderfully the universe works. A blank slate with nothing written on it, just waiting for the person with the marker to write that story. Coincidentally, I am in the midst of another huge change in my life, so the blank slate graciously gives me a space in which to create whatever, wherever, whomever I wish to be. As many of you know, I sold the house in Coeur d'Alene I had owned for over 20 years. It was a rough time, that letting go, the memories, especially the garden. Fortunately, the house closed in February, so there were no flowers or blooms to leave behind. It was joyous, it was sad, it was exciting. I mourned, but also realized the freedom that came with this release. Just the letting go. Without the house, once all the emotions ran their course, appreciation filled that space, along with a not having to do a damn thing right now attitude. It was very foreign. Life no longer revolved around Airbnb guests coming and going from my cottage or my home. There suddenly was no schedule, no function, no plan, no routine, just an empty slate, which is freaky when one is used to busyness. I think everyone has had days that felt like nothing got accomplished. This one had been weeks. Another blessed voice. Learn to celebrate the emptiness. It will not last long. This blank slate with no schedule gave me the chance to spend a week in Virginia, where I got to share time with the grandkids. Thaddeus in particular. Thaddeus is 4, going on 40. And for 9 hours a day, it was just him and me. He no longer naps at all. My daughter, I was exhausted. My daughter was at work. Dad was on a business trip. The twins were at school. And then they went to Taekwondo. I have to say, I was actually somewhat terrified. Thaddeus is famous for extreme mood swings. and for arguing with an extraordinary sense of logic. So the first morning when I got up to make him breakfast, he had already taken care of that. He eats only frozen waffles for breakfast, no syrup, no butter, just out of the freezer. And what I found out a few minutes later, he will also eat gluten-free chocolate chip cookies, which happened to be the ones I had brought with me and hidden in the closet. The Epic package was on the shelf, and since we were the only two in the house, I felt validated in asking him if he knew what happened to those cookies. Nonchalantly, yes. Okay, so tell me, I ate them. You ate all of them? Yes, I ate all of them. Pause, breathe, count to 10, he's a child. I thanked him for being honest about eating the whole package of my cookies, because at that age I would have lied. Actually, in my 20s, I probably would have lied. Then I told him that I was disappointed that I didn't have a single cookie, and that made me feel sad. I worked really hard to create a little remorse here, but I didn't see a lick of it. He looked at me with those big blue eyes straight on, no hiding or anything, and said quite sincerely, "Grandma, you're just going to have to learn to forgive." He's 4. Somewhere in these few years of this life, he has already learned that old saying, it's easier to beg forgiveness than to ask permission. Right? The whole bag of cookies. So with unlimited time and a big old empty slate, the messages come from sources least expected. My greatest lessons have traditionally come from grandchildren and ex-husbands. Incidentally, as I was picking up last night before I went to bed, I found this little stone wrapped in fabric that I must have painted it on there myself at some point in life, and on the stone is written the word forgiveness. I should give it to Thaddeus. The universe is always speaking. Sometimes it's just a matter of stopping and listening to what it has to say. Maybe a message about forgiveness, about quitting a job in a hostile work environment, maybe starting a pizza shop, or leaving an unhealthy relationship. No matter what it is, the universe always has our back, moving us forward, raising our vibration. We are always being urged to move that energy to a higher place, to lift ourselves and others in consciousness, to write a new story on that blank slate, one that brings joy and delight to our lives. The story I am writing on this blank slate right now will take me to Portugal in September to explore for 3 months and to most likely find a new place to live where I want to write yet another story, a brand new story. I have been drawn to Portugal for years, and it's about time I listened to that voice. The voice that lets me know that I can bring my dreams to life, that I can do this, that something exciting is going to happen to me today and every day, as long as I make room for the wonder and magic that each day holds. And that starts with a great big, beautiful blank slate. So, Pamela will be singing for us, and then I'll be back up for meditation.
I'll just stay right up here. Here's some Van Morrison for you. We were born for the wind, also younger than the sun. In the morning goes on to sail to the mystic. Hop down here, sailors cry. Smell the sea through the sky. Let your soul and your spirit fly. Sail to the mystic, to Portugal. When the fog comes, you know I'll be coming home. Oh, when the fog comes and blows, I don't have to fear it, 'cause I wanna rock your gypsy soul. Just some way back in the days of old. And together we will flow into the mystic. When the fog blows, you know I'm coming home. Oh, when the fog blows, I wanna hear it sing. And I don't have to fear it, 'cause I'm not yours, so just like way back in the days of old. And together we will flow into the mystic.
You are fabulous. Okay. So let us prepare now for a time of meditation. Just take a moment and breathe together in the oneness that we are. We center ourselves now in the one presence and one power as we give thanks and open our hearts. On your next in-breath, bring in the infinite light and being from above, down through the heart, and invite it to fill your entire body. Open to the willingness to be used by Spirit. Feel the fullness of that presence. Know that this day is a new beginning, just like every new day, filled with wonder and miracles. In this new day, choose to see beyond what our eyes show us to what the heart knows to be true. Imagine your blank slate. See it clearly before you. Imagine what you would write on that slate, what kind of life you would create if you believed you could do anything, no limitations. Let's just take a moment in the silence to envision that life, to allow that dream to take shape before your eyes. We open our hearts to welcome the gifts that presence has offered us, knowing that we are filled with everything we will ever need. When you are ready, come back into this space and rest the weight of your body. Feel the weight of your body in your chair. Feel your feet on the floor and ground yourself with the energy of the earth. Know that you are loved more than you can ever imagine. Go forth in joy, knowing that something wonderful is going to happen in your life today. God bless.
Is this one of you, song? Yep. Okay. I'm gonna do a Marvin Gaye song for you. I love this song. Sponsor me bring some love here to dream. Picking lights and picking sides. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see all that's going on. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Hey. Everybody thinks we're wrong. Oh, but who would they judge us? Simply because our hair is black or blonde. You know, we got a long way to bring some love and heat and dream. Picking lights, picking lights. Don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see all what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Hey.
Thank you. What a blessing. Absolutely. I felt like dancing up here, you know? All of us, I'm sure, feel that. Thank you, Sally. It's very sweet. You, my goodness. So, the next part of this script that we say every week is my absolute favorite part about, one of my favorite parts about unity. And it's the words about what unity stands for. Unity stands for peace in the presence of conflict, for love in the presence of hatred, for forgiveness in the presence of injury. Unity honors the many names for God, the many paths to God, for we know that there is only one power and one presence and one life. So, whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual journey of transformation, you are welcome here. And isn't that a lovely thought? You are welcome here. Thank you. You're welcome. If there's anyone here for the first time and you feel comfortable raising your hand, we'd love to say hello and offer you a free coffee drink from our barista stand, which is run by very talented and friendly people. Anyone here for the first time?
First time in a long time, how's that?
Amen, sister.
I'm back again.
Welcome. Welcome to all of you. For those of you who are joining us online, still in your jammies, I just know it, who are new to our ministry, we encourage you to sign up for our e-news to learn more about our upcoming transformational speakers and our workshops and our events. There's a lot going on here. You can sign up for the email newsletter by scanning the QR code that you see up here. It's also posted outside, around the center, and of course on our website. And we'd also like to connect with you on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search Unity Spiritual Center Spokane to find us, and thank you for joining. Today now it's a time to acknowledge and bless one another with a hug, a high five, an air five, a socially distanced namaste wave, and that's me. I'm most comfortable with that, or whatever feels comfortable for you. Feel free to stand. This will be about a minute, and greet those around you. Now it's time for us to share our abundance together as we offer our tithes and love offerings. If you would like to give virtually today, please text the amount of your donation to our text to give number, which is up there, 509-215-2552. For those here in the sanctuary, the ushers will be going around, as usual, with their love offering bags. Invite you to hold your offering in your hand, or if you are a monthly or an automatic giver, please hold that energy in your heart. As we say together our love offering blessing. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I give and receive. I give thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. Usually there's some music during this time, so. They're never going to give me the microphone again. And when the ushers finish up, they will come forward and we will offer our gratitude. Thank you, Basans. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that. Dear Spirit, thank you for these gifts and for those who have given them as we send them forward in continued service to our mission of transforming lives and inspiring people to make a positive difference in our world. Thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Today our chaplains are Cheryl and Marlene, who have been holding the service in prayer. Cheryl is currently with the youth. She'll be in a moment, and available to pray with you immediately after the service. So if you have something that is heavy on your heart or something you want to celebrate, and Diane Hunter also, who is standing in the back. You know, it's the stage lights. You can't see everything. Thank you, Diane. I've got the wrong names here then. Not Cheryl. It would be Diane Hunter, who you can offer something that's heavy on your heart, of course, in strict confidentiality, or something that you wish to celebrate. We'd like to also encourage anyone who is in need of prayer support to fill out a prayer request. You can find them in the seat pockets in front of you or at various places in the sanctuary. These prayer requests are taken in by our prayer team here and added to our prayer list. They're prayed over here for 30 days, and then they're sent to Silent Unity for further loving consideration. So do that if there's something you'd like the power of prayer to support you with. So our kids have arrived. Let's take a moment to welcome them with Walking in the Light. Am I singing this, Doug? I could do that. Are there more? We are walking as the light, as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light, as the light of God. As the light, as or maybe not. So let's welcome them, all of our kids here, and offer them, all of them, our children's blessing. Be the love you are, sing the song you hear, share your joy of life with people far and near. And the same for ourselves. Be the love we are, sing the song we hear, share our joy of life with people far and near. And now, dear kids, would you please go back to the people who you came with? Excellent. absolutely excellent. We are so blessed for all our youth here and all of our folks who help with the youth. Now, please stand as you are able and join together for our closing prayer of protection, which we will follow by the peace song. And remember, if you're interested in talking about Yellow Scarf Welcome Team, bringing snacks, or housing for Jan Craft, come see me up here. I'll stay up near the stage. Thank you. So, our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God folds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And that's the truth.